everyone. I thought I would do a flip through of my new tarot deck before I got started with today's video, because I got the Hoodoo Tarot by Tayannah Lee McQuillar. Probably butchered that, but I'm really excited about it because I felt really drawn to it and I didn't know why, and then I got the book and I read it from front to back in like one night, and I don't normally do that with tarot books, you know, since I started. So it's been a while since a book or a tarot set inspired me so much to be that interested in reading the book, because, you know, a lot of the meanings are the same, just with slightly different slants, and that's, you know, somewhat the case here with this particular set. But this book is really wonderful. As you can see how thick the book is, and normally, you know, you might like a little booklet or something like that, or at least I normally would, but I really enjoy the history here of Black American culture and Indigenous American culture that is combined with a whole lot of different nationalities, influences. That is the art of hoodoo, and seeing it from that perspective, and seeing the tarot and, you know, this particular art from that perspective was really insightful and just exciting. So I just wanted to share it with you. So what I like about the book in particular, besides the fact that it does have the sample readings, which are interesting because she goes in and actually shares some of the readings that she did with clients and what cards came out and how they were interpreted. So it's always interesting to see how other readers do. But the elders are the name for the major arcana in this particular deck, and she actually uses like real people who lived, who existed within the hoodoo community, and she tells the stories behind each and every card and how it relates to the traditional meanings of the tarot. Like the free man is the fool, and then she gives like her sort of keywords and questions that you can ask whenever particular cards come up. And I find that interesting because while it is very similar and pretty much in alignment with traditional tarot, it does have its own slant and additional information that for me helps to put it in more perspective and helps me to connect more to the cards. Like Black Herman is the magician, and it talks about Black Herman and who he was. Benjamin Rucker, born from 1892 to 1934, was the most famous Negro magician in the history of the United States. And, you know, as it goes, it's just Miss Ida, the High Priestess. It tells you these different things that help you to connect, or helped me, and I'm sure will help others as well, connect to the cards in such a way that, for instance, like the moon card. I know what the moon card means from an intellectual standpoint. I have mixed feelings in terms of how I actually connect to it. But the story behind the moon card in this particular deck really helped me to connect to it. So I really appreciated that. And I'm just going to show you the cards and we'll flip through those real quick. So I'm not going to make this video like extremely long, but I think that anybody who has a natural interest in hoodoo, in the occult, in history even, this would probably be something that you would be interested in. And so these are the cards, and we'll go ahead and flip through. So like I said, the free man is the fool. We've got Black Herman, the magician. Miss Ida, High Priestess. Big Queen, the Empress. And you can always pause or go back or anything, fast forward, rewind as needed, but this is what I'm doing here. We've got John Horse. So I didn't even know about this particular warrior leader in history. Juan Caballo, I think it was. But the story behind, you know, what he was able to accomplish, he led victory in the Seminole War, which was the first war where the United States Army was defeated before Vietnam. And it's just interesting history. You just learn a lot of different things. Then we've got Bishop C.H. Mason. That's the Hierophant. We've got Courting for the lovers. Railroad Bill for the Chariot. It's a beautiful Strength card. Dr. Grant. And Dr. Grant is the, I want to say the Hermit, I believe. Yeah. And Aunt Caroline is the Wheel of Fortune. Dr. Buzzard, and his story is interesting. He would chew root in the courtroom. Clients would hire him to chew a specific root in the courtroom, and that would get them off or on lighter sentences, which was good because, you know, of the gross injustice that occurred at that time, you know, especially for people of color, and he was helpful in that regard. And it also, the book kind of touches on some of the herbs that were used and different things like that, for those who are interested. So then we've got Gula Jack is the Hangman, the Ancestors for the Death card. And we've got Father Sims for Temperance. This one's especially interesting here. Suffice to say, you know, do not mock or put down or harass a hoodoo practitioner. You take nothing else away from this card, that would be it. And this is the Death card, Miss Robinson. And I really like the artwork as well. It's the sepia tones. It keeps in line with, you know, the time. This is supposed to be like historical, and it is. Most of these people are from history, dating back from, I think, as early as like the 1600s to the 1900s. So the sepia tones helped to deliver that. And then we've got the Big House, which is the Tower. The Grandchildren, this is the Star. And interestingly, Pa is the Moon card, because in Hoodoo culture, as well as ancient Egypt and Cherokee culture, the moon was not seen as we see it, as a symbol of the divine feminine. It was seen as a symbol of the masculine. And so it talks about how it makes sense, because one side of the moon is always in darkness, just like with the man hiding his feelings. There's always something hidden, right? And it also talks about secret societies that you know, Black Americans as well as Indigenous people were involved in, and to a very large extreme that I was not aware of. This was their way of having a community when, at a time when they were being, you know, highly oppressed. And so it was a form of community aside from the church and other things. It was a major part of their lives, which I was not aware of. Then we've got Big Mama. I really love this card. It's a Sun card. And most of the families were matriarchal in those days. It was only after segregation, when you know, Black and Indigenous communities started to integrate with other communities, that they became more patriarchal. Before then, it was highly matriarchal, where the grandmother was, you know, the top of the totem pole, right? Was the main elder. Then we've got Dem Bones for Judgment, and I just absolutely love this card. And the Garden for the World. And so I'm just going to flip through. We're starting with the Mother of Sticks is the Queen of Wands, King of Wands or Father of Sticks, Daughter or Knight of Wands, Daughter of Sticks, Son of Sticks. We've got the Mother of Baskets, so Queen of Cups, Father of Baskets, King of Cups, Daughter of Baskets, Son of Baskets, Mother of Knives, Father of Knives, Daughter of Knives, knives being swords, obviously, in case that wasn't clear. Probably should have said that. Son of Knives. We've got the Mother of Coins, Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Father of Coins. Orientalism was also a major presence, you know, at the turn of the 18th century into the 19th century, and was affected and did affect, you know, Hoodoo culture, Indigenous cultures, in folk magic, which is not exactly the same thing as hoodoo culture, but it is similar. Daughter of Coins, Son of Coins, and Ace of Sticks. And so the court cards in this deck are referred to as the family, which is interesting, and I think it gives, you know, more insight into, you know, what kind of deck this is and where it's coming from, right? So just give you a glimpse of the minor arcana. I'm not going to talk you through it because I want to go through it, you know, more quickly. Just bear in mind that sticks are wands, baskets are cups, knives are swords, and coins are pentacles, okay? I think you can see it, yes? Okay, so there you have it. So I hope that was helpful. Somebody could, you know, learn from it, decide if this is something you might be interested in. If so, you know, I'm going to put the link to order, you know, down below in my description box. But I just really felt like sharing it because I was really drawn to this deck, and it was kind of surprising how strongly I was drawn to it. And as soon as I picked up the book, I normally do glance through every book of every tarot set that I get, but they usually say pretty much the same thing, and I, you know, therefore don't need to study it as closely. But this, I was just transfixed. I really feel like this is validation for me of a past life connection that I know that I have to indigenous cultures. And if I didn't believe it before, I definitely believe it, and more so now. It was almost like I'm looking at a family yearbook or something. It really pulled me back in time, and I feel very connected to this deck, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it because I'm planning on using it in my next video. So thanks for watching, and talk to you shortly.